Obviously, first of all, you see the smile on my face when I see so many of you here. When we were 5 days back there in Saudi, there was no one in the press room. So it's really nice to feel this atmosphere, this buzz here, and I appreciate you all being here. What to say? We were disappointed with the end result against Afghanistan in the first game. Obviously, I couldn't be happy with the performance, but realistically, it's much difficult to expect from our boys to shine after 3 days of work and such a long travel, you know. And I don't blame anyone. So we need to make things right here. We need to try to make things right here, and that's what we're going to try to do. How good it's going to work, we're gonna see. We'll do our best, definitely, and what I say to my players, nothing ends in tomorrow games, because we are in a really good position, holding the second spot in the group, which is taking us to the third round of the qualifiers, and the tomorrow result will not change nothing about that. The final date will come in June against Kuwait, most probably the game which will be played in Kolkata. So I have seen many comments, many disappointments, many frustrations there. There shouldn't be any, believe me. Because we have proved so many times already that our team works perfectly when we have enough time to work together, to spend together. And I would love all of you to have a little bit more trust in all what we do, because it's been proven so many times. And whatever I said, it's been proven that it was the truth. Whenever we had these special situations for a long camp, we shined so much that everybody was excited about Indian football. Everybody started trusting us and believing and having faith in whatever we do. But then, one poor result, everything disappears, everyone becomes negative, and that doesn't help our players. I don't mind myself, but we are not helping our players in that way. So let's think about that a little bit. We are on the verge of making greatest success in Indian football history, and I urge everyone there, help us to do that. Do not bring barricades against this fantastic result which is ahead of us. So the boys who will come out tomorrow, they will do their best. I hope there will be a huge crowd here in Assam State, in Guwahati. We remember how well we played against Oman here, who is far better than Afghanistan, but that was a long time ago. You could clearly see in the first game that that Afghanistan team was not the team who played against Qatar and Kuwait. That was far better team, because they had a long camp in Aba, 3-week camp prior to our game. They were working on the things, preparing the things, and waiting on us there. So that's what long camp can change in one team, you know. So ranking means nothing. As I mentioned many times, you will remember how good we handled Australia for the 60 minutes, and then receiving one silly goal which opened the score, which made it easier for Australia. So it's a clear sign that rankings are not helping you there on the pitch when you need to get the win. So we are positive, we are looking forward to tomorrow's game, and we're going to try to do our best. So draw is the same as the loss for us. Draw and loss will mean that we need to beat Kuwait here in June. If we win the game, that means that the draw will be enough against Kuwait. So we'll try to do our best to make it easier for ourselves for the June. But I promised already, and I told you, we're going to take India together to the third round of the qualifiers. Our team is going to fly in June for the game against Kuwait and Qatar, but tomorrow we're going to do everything possible to get a win. Thank you.
Coming to Captain Sunil Chhetri, obviously everyone here knows you'll be playing your 150th international tomorrow. Please tell us about how special an occasion it is for you.
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Happy Holi to everyone and your families. Thank you for the 150th game. Highly honored and privileged. And after this, let's not make anything about this 150th game. Let's only talk about Afghanistan and India. Thank you.
We'll take questions. Yeah, over there. Welcome to everyone.
Usually this side. I just wanted to ask you that the last time skipper started with Vikram Pratap in the front, which is generally a change from how you set up your team. You don't really have two strikers you have, let's say, you don't have Ashik right now, you don't have Sahal. But what I'm trying to say is that goal scoring is becoming a problem for us, at least in the short span. Do you think that is a combination that you are going to pursue, if not become maybe somebody else? And that is how probably, if not just for this next game, Afghanistan, but going forward, probably a sort of setup maybe which can help us to get more goals if the game isn't really coming through the form.
Yeah. Listen, the scoring problem's been hunting us for 5 years. Even before I came here, the scoring problem was hunting us, and I will not repeat myself saying about mentioning the problems which we have in the competitions, in the leagues, within foreign players occupying these most important positions and all that. That is obviously hurting us. Against Afghanistan, we had the best Indian striking force up front. We also had several chances which we could execute. If Manvir scored a goal there at the 15th minute, I think, in the first half, then the game would change drastically. We didn't score, and the game went on as it went. Such games you can lose at the end, because when you get into the last 10 minutes, it becomes very dangerous, and the certain pressure comes at you. So the good thing about and positive thing about that game is the clean sheet. It's the second away game, you know, which we had in these qualifiers with a clean sheet, which is telling about stability in defensive shape. We didn't allow much to Afghanistan apart from one chance when they got in behind our defenders, but Gurpreet stood up there and cut the angle to the player, so he couldn't take the clean shot. He tried to pass the ball, and that's why they missed the chance. But obviously, I cannot help our players there in the final third. It's up to them. It's up to their individual quality to show at certain situations what they can do, how they can take good decisions and execute the positions they are in. You know, mostly us coaches say that we can help players and organize their game in first and the second third. In the final third, when it comes there, it's up to them. Show the quality, you know, and it's not easy for them because mostly, as you can see, they're not playing these positions, crucial positions in their club, apart from Sunil this season, and no one else is there. Chante is recently playing as a central forward player, you know. Vikram is playing on the left wing, entering from that position inside. Manvir is on the right wing or right fullback in the system 3 at the back. So in 3 days time, 4 days time to make that change, that's impossible, boys. It's impossible. We're going to put our best striking force there tomorrow. We're going to try to find a way, try to change few things. We're going to need some fresh legs also there. Our intention is to start controlling the game from the very first minute with the various new technical players in the team, I would say that. So let's hope it will work.
Next question.
Good afternoon, Coach. Did the way Afghanistan played in the last game, did it surprise you, or did you predict the way they played?
No, it didn't surprise me, to be honest. We were expecting that, and you could clearly see that we were also cautious about that, what they can do to us. You need to understand that in their squad they have only 3 or 4 players which are still in Afghanistan league involved. All rest of them are playing in Europe. And you can clearly notice kind of a difference in the basic skill movement, in the game understanding and the passing quality, you know. So that's what good leagues and good competitions provide to you, you know. And I'm not saying that because I know that from yesterday. I know that from a long time. I would love to see our players going abroad and enjoying more competitive football. Some of them are still young. They should have that hunger to go abroad and to challenge themselves, you know.
My next question is for Sunil. Good afternoon, happy holiday. How impressed were you with the team's performance in the last game, and how would you rate Afghanistan's performance, the way they played?
I'm not sure whether I can use the word impressed. Yeah, I think in the first half there were a few chances that we should have taken. No matter who you're playing, when you go away and play, the chances come seldom. I think as the game progressed, the game became more open. We were a little bit more desperate. When you start a game dominant and you miss chances, you generally have an idea that you're chasing the game because you want to win, because you know you had the chances. So by the time the game opened up, the gaps between us increased a little bit, and then after 17 minutes it was anyone's game. We got a corner, so Vashish could have scored that goal. They had a chance, they could have scored the goal. So it became you attack, us attack, you attack, and that's something that he doesn't like. We don't like to play like that. But now we are at home, we'll be more stable. And after probably tomorrow's game, I can talk about what impressed me.
Next question.
Hello coach, first of all, happy Holi to you and your families. My question is a two-part question. First of all, I'll address to Igor sir. We are on 4 points right now. If we win against Afghanistan tomorrow, we'll be on 7 points, which means that we are on course to qualify for the third round of the FIFA World Cup, which will be historic for India. My question is that lately we have observed that we are not able to keep the ball in the midfield. We are losing quite a few possessions in the midfield. That leads to opposition team counter-attack recently over us. Are we looking to work on our rest defense more? Are we looking to be more compact off the ball? Or like you said, that we would want to control the ball right from the first minute. So basically, what are we working on in the central part of the pitch?
As I told you earlier, we are looking for players which will provide us this stability in ball control, in passing control. We expected that, but still you need to understand we have Anwar and Jigson still not at their best, and they are two very important players for us in this ball control situation. So Suresh is still not at his top. He's suffering some things in his form recently. Also, we are not getting too much from our fullbacks in latest games, which we were used to, So we need more confidence there. We need more initiative. And I always say to my players, I will never blame you if you make mistake, but I will get so angry if you don't try, And at the moment we are stuck somewhere in not trying enough. That's what hurts me as a coach to see, I want them to try, I want them to make mistakes and to run back and chase the ball again. So now we are looking, as I told you, for more players in the middle who can provide us this stability in the game. We were, I would say, taking certain risk there in the last game with the formation we had. Obviously, there were certain situations during the game when Afghanistan went through our middle line without any problem, which is not good. We need to bring that stability back. So hopefully it will happen tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Sunil sir, next question is to you. Knowing that in our team we have got a couple of youngsters coming in, how important will be the role of youngsters in tomorrow's game, playing alongside you, knowing that you are the captain of the club, captain of the team? How big of an impact will the youth be playing in tomorrow's game in the upcoming future as well?
Yeah, them being young doesn't help us at all. Them being good does. So whoever has come to the camp is because, the new ones I'm talking about, is because they have done something in the clubs and they have shown some potential to the coach. What their age is has no bearing at all what the game is going to be. He doesn't care, we don't care at the camp too much. Apart from some silly jokes that they put on me, we don't talk about age. Whoever is good is going to start. You will not care if 40-year-old or 20-year-old is playing. You will want India to win, so will I, so will anyone. So I think that doesn't matter too much. Having said that, all the young ones who have come, they all have come because they have potential. That's what they've shown him. And yeah, they're just fighting for their places right now in the first 11, and whoever gets a chance will try and give their best, especially playing at home.
Next question.
Hi sir, happy Holi to both of you sir. So my question is to Sunil sir. Sir, you will be playing in front of a home crowd this time. And how important is it for you as a player, as a team, to feel that atmosphere? And was it something that was missing the last time round?
To be very honest, we weren't missing the home crowd even in Afghanistan. Playing Afghanistan in our, it was unbelievable. I'm not sure the numbers, but the stadium was small comparatively, and 60-70% of the stadium was full with Indian supporters. So I don't think we Indians, when we play football, no matter where we go, we have a joke flying around that even if you go to the moon, we'll find some Indians there. So we don't, there isn't many places, there aren't many places where we have been and we haven't got the support, but yes, it is not going to be the same when we play at one country. We know the atmosphere, we know people are going to come, it's different. And we really want to thrive on that vibe, because after 0-0 in Afghanistan, I can tell you that all the boys want to get back. We had a small episode in the dressing room where he wasn't happy, so all the boys are itching to put it right on the next game.
Just a little louder. Can you hear me? The coach mentioned earlier that when the results don't go your way, there's a lot of negativity which comes through. But he says that it doesn't affect us. But as players, and how do you help in dealing with such reaction coming through? Do the players read it, how do they feel about it?
I try to tell them not to read it because few of them you can see get affected. I've been abused a million number of times on thick skin, but because of the popularity of social media, you cannot ignore the fact that people speak and they have opinions. But I tell the guys to just calm down. People are watching a game, people are putting their time on you, they will have opinions, and now the opinions can reach directly to your ears and your phone. That's all right. Don't read too much about it. Your work is to give your best on the ground. Some days you're going to lose, some days you're going to win, some days you're going to be bad also. Just accept it and improve, not because people are speaking it, but because you need to. When you play for the country, there is no other excuses. Not every day is going to be good, but don't pay too much attention on the opinions because it's not going to help you. Not that it doesn't matter, but it never helps. Even if somebody is saying good things about you or bad things, it never helps you on the pitch. That's the way, probably that's why I'm pretty sure even he has been abused a lot in his career, so that's why we are like that. I'm pretty sure it's a journey they will learn.
I started loving it.
Yeah. I can't say I love it, but I'm indifferent now because I know it doesn't help me. I respect the opinions, good or bad, but the youngsters, I always tell them stay away because it's everywhere now. You open your phone and it's everywhere. There are multiple ways of conveying what you felt after the game from the fans to the players. So yeah. The fans can keep doing that. You're putting your energy and watching on games, do it, don't abuse, but say anything that you want, and the players will learn. Next question.
Good afternoon, Coach. This is Amit. Considering that what you said so far about Indian football teams' progress over the years, 2023 was quite positive for us. A lot of things happened, and you expected that this will transition into 2024 quite well. So, do you think it is going as you expected, or there are certain things that is not coming up to the mark, or the ecosystem is not helping out? What do you think?
I will take you back 7-8 months. And after we won the tournament, Three Nation, Hero Intercontinental Cup, and SAF, and everybody was kind of jumping into euphoria, I was saying, calm down. Calm down. Let's prepare for what's coming at us. And you will remember at that time that my situation within AIFF was in a position that I would be extended my contract after the Asian Cup. And I didn't accept that position. I wanted immediate discussion with the AIFF officials, knowing very well what's going to happen. And not putting myself in a position to discuss it after the Asian Cup. Because being aware that we're not going to be able to get enough time for the camp, I was ready to accept suffering, another process, defeats, abuse, to get to June and to prove everyone once again where we're going to go in the next phase of our work. So if I need to remind everyone every time what I was saying, that whatever I was saying was the truth, was a realistic picture of where we stand and where we can go, how far we can reach and how much time we need for that, then I will keep repeating. I don't have a problem with that, So I extended my contract. My contract is until 26. It's very clear. So whoever feels better abusing me or players of the team because of the result or actual situation, if he feels better about it, then I'm happy. But we know very well where we go and how we're going to get there. And if it takes suffering tomorrow also, we're going to accept it because it's coming from the God. At the end of every suffering comes the light out of the tunnel, which will bring happiness. And we are well aware that we are learning through each defeat, through each bad performance, poor performance, or good performance. We are a team which is in creating phase. We are a team which is seeing some players playing their last days and some new boys entering the team. We have a core base of the team which is 15, 16 players, and there is 10 positions which will be changing based on performance level. And as I said, my very first day at the PC when I had with Indian media, Indian people, I said, if we are not all together in this, then we are not helping each other. Simple as that. So once again, I'm asking for unity, I'm asking for understanding and the patience. We enter the second phase of our work. I said, never mind the contract. I'm telling you now in front of you, if I don't take India to the third round, I will leave. With my pride, with honor, on everything which was done here in the 5 years of work, and I will leave my position to someone else. But if we qualify, come on, let's understand there is plenty of work to be done yet. 10 more games to enjoy, 5 games at home. You can imagine what kind of excitement that can bring to us. So thank you very much and happy Valentine.
Coach, just coming back to you, the unit that you have right now, you brought in a lot of young players. Intensity is at the core of the way you play. You have quick players, runners. What I'm trying to say here is that you showed that, the team showed that intensity during the Intercontinental and SAF Cup last year. But we won't be having that big camp always, right? There's only one FIFA window that allows you to have that kind of camp.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's largely going to be a few sessions. And then, is there really only the camp the reason for the? Because I'm very surprised because the intensity I felt maybe probably is the same. I saw even the Kings Cup, it was very high, even though result didn't come. Is it just a camp, or is there some specifics, or is it like sort of get
No, no. The other thing is which is not helping ISL coaches. Same way it doesn't help me, you know, because the way the competition is going on is not helping the coaches in ISL. They don't have time to work with the players. They just travel and play games. So there is no even time for a generation sessions, you know. So these players are exposed to extreme risk of injuries, which we witness every day. And if you don't have enough time to work with the players which are in need of work to improve their abilities, their individual skills, their basic skills which were missed in developmental programs, then we have a huge problem. So, and that's the point I want to discuss with everyone, and we need to change it, because the coaches, they need to be awarded enough time to prepare the teams for ISL season, because 6 weeks of time is needed there, but not 6 weeks where you're gonna not have enough time for training sessions, or not to have good facilities for training sessions, or just disrupt the training process with a certain competition which is not helping the team too much, you know. So these are the things which all the stakeholders need to discuss, but it's not time now to speak about it. These problems are deep, and they need to be discussed amongst everyone to help Indian football in the future. That's how I see it. I will remind you once again, in my 4-year tenure we had 3 long camps. One was 5 years ago, right here, prior to games against Oman and Qatar. You remember how well team played at that time. Second long camp was prior to AFC Asian Cup qualifiers in Kolkata. The team was flying. 3 games, 3 wins, 8-1 goal difference. Third long camp was last year, prior to these tournaments, which we played brilliantly, even rotating the team every game. You could clearly see that there was no difference on the pitch, that the game intensity was there, that everybody knows exactly what he needs to do in each moment of the game. And then you say in the future, I stayed here because promises are made for the future. And the promise is very simple, that everybody will sit down at the end of this season to make sure that the calendar for the future season is done in regards so everyone can be satisfied. We don't have disruption for the next year with the Asian Games or anything in between, so the season calendar can be created in a way that the national team gets 7 extra days apart from 5, which is given to us by FIFA window, to come to a 12 days come prior to each FIFA window. We have 5 FIFA windows during the year, and that's it. That's what we are looking for. As you know, June is always there available to us to organize a longer camp for those players who performed well in ISL, so we can see some players from I-League also, which we are monitoring and make sure that they start understanding what is the expectation when they reach the national team stage.
Hello coach, happy Holi coach. So my question is, you are very.
I would say on course of tomorrow's game. So let's not go further away. We can have different discussion on a different day. Thank you.
Next question at the back.
Some players playing different positions from the positions they made sure they have in the national team, so which is not helping them. And in such circumstances, most of them are dropping their form a little bit, so it's not helping also. But it is what it is. That's football life.
Coach, I vividly remember 4 years ago, right here, during a video interaction, you mentioned the system and style of football that you wanted to implement in this sport. 4 years on, how much prepared do you think your side is with that system and style of play?
Football is changing on a daily basis. Evolution is going on, it's happening, new things, new methods, new playing styles, new philosophies, so we need to follow that. Simple as that. You cannot decide, this is my philosophy and that will keep going on forever. No, we follow the trends, we follow what's needed, we follow our opponents. Obviously, when you play against lower rank opponents, you will have more attacking style of play, you will try to control the game and put as much pressure as possible. When you play against far better teams, then you need to organize your defensive shape in a way to not to get hurt too much.
Are you happy with the progress your team has made?
I am happy in certain way, but also frustrated on the other. And frustration comes because of the things we mentioned earlier, not having possibility of seeing clear improvement on all our players on a daily basis or yearly basis, let's say, on that way, if I look back, then apart from being much more experienced now, we cannot see clearly that there is a group of 7-8 players improving on the individual class too much, and that's because there is not too much time to work for them, neither for ISL coaches or for me.
Do you have any further questions? Raise your hands. Yeah, please pass it there.
My question is to both the coach and captain. The AFC Asian Cup was forgettable, but what are the important learnings from that, and how strategy-wise any changes after that? Thank you.
Can you repeat the question, please?
The Asia Cup, what are the important learnings from that? Any silver lining, any new player discovered, or any lessons that you have learned from that to change the approach? Thanks.
Obviously, many lessons, that giving away silly situations is causing us huge problems. And in this aspect of the game, we are still shaking, I would say, against these much better teams. But then again, I always try to take positives out of each defeat, out of each game. So in the Asian Cup, we had 10 days to prepare for Australia game, specifically for Australia game. So Uzbekistan game, we had 3-day preparation. For Syria also, which was much more difficult. And that's why we had that good shape and good organization. Against Australia, we looked, that was, I would say, defensively our best game. Even we were in a position to take the lead first from Sunil's header. which didn't happen. So the learnings are huge always, you know, and the lesson is there. Still lots of work to be done, to have higher aspirations, and we know the group was very tough, opponents very difficult, especially Uzbekistan, as I expected, you know. Uzbekistan is a side who can beat anyone in Asia. It was really difficult to watch our boys not being driven away into very difficult position in a game control. We controlled the game well, but each mistake we made caused us conceding goals, you know, and that was sad to see. Other teams make mistake against us, you know, so we need to have this reaction, same as good teams, when the mistake happens on the opposite side, to punish that. But that will come, hopefully. We have some young players coming through now. We hope that they will rise their game, and like Vikram now, as you can see, he started scoring some nice goals in ISL, but more than that, I'm happy with his hunger, I'm happy with his attitude, with his commitment, and all the boys love him in the camp. So probably he will be the one who will keep enjoying his game with the national team.
We'll take one final question.
So we were talking about Vikram over here. We have seen him score a lot of goals in Mumbai City, obviously, but basically what I have observed is that he has been playing more on the wide areas and has featured from there. In the last match against Afghanistan, he featured much more centrally because Chante was playing on the left side. And I just want to understand what's the best possible combination alongside Sumit sir and Chante and other strikers.
We need to find that out. We are working on that. As I told you, see, Chante is playing central in the club and Vikram is playing left. And I speak with my players. I ask them, where do you feel the best? What do you think? We love to share opinions, thoughts, you know, we love to discuss the points and what's needed for the team, because each one of them needs to understand that everyone needs to give everything to make team better, not to make themselves better, you know. So, and also tomorrow we're going to try to make it work so the team works. And who will score at the end of the day, if we score, it's not important, it's less important. But just to remind you, you know, because it's not going to be easy for Vikram to start scoring goal at the international level. So be patient with him. Don't hunt him after 2-3 games if he doesn't score. It will come, it needs to come.
Thank you, sir, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.